Hi everybody. I am sitting here talking with Shannon, who is an amazing entrepreneur from Eastern Canada, a fellow coach, and also a lady that is on my team, not my personal team, but in the same business that I am doing as well. And so I just wanted to ask just a few questions on, what it's like going from employee to entrepreneur, kind of some of the benefits you've seen, and then also some of the challenges that have been lovely for you as well. Because I really want to be able to shed some value to some of the people that are checking this out that are new. And, anything that you can say to help them feel a little more comfortable in that process would be awesome.
Well,
Alrighty. So the first thing I always like to ask anybody that I chat with is why did you want to get started in your own business, or why did you feel like you wanted to get started in your own kind of journey, I guess is the best way to put it.
yeah. My main reason when I started was finances because I became a single mom. And so I was like, how am I going to do this on my own kind of deal? And so my brain just started spinning, right? And I was just like, how am I going to do this? So I started doing like law of attraction things and writing down things that I wanted. Like I wanted to work from home, I wanted to be able to travel and make extra money. So I was really wanting the independence. So I like that was the strong indicator for me because I did not want to have to rely on anybody. So I was writing all this down. I want to be independent and financially free, and I just put it out there. And then of
Yeah.
course an ad popped up. It had all
Of
of the,
course.
yeah, like magically. And it
Right.
had all of the things I was looking for. Like I honestly, when I tell my story, I cannot even remember what was on the ad. I just went for it. I just hit it because it just literally was listing everything and it had all my desires in it. And so I'm kind of a risk taker that way. People call me a little bit of a unicorn, but I went in and I signed up right away because I was like, this is it. This is the answer I'm looking for. And I was super scared, but I was like, I just got to try it, right? Like, what else is there? Like, what do I have to lose? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah.
And isn't it so interesting too? And I'm definitely a believer in the law of attraction and the things you manifest, right? And then all of a sudden things start popping up and come through your path because you're putting that energy out there.
Mhm.
And that's so cool. Also, so cool to know that you just right away took action, like
Yes.
before thinking about all of the different things that might be, or maybe some of the fears you were experiencing, like you said,
Mhm.
and you just were like, okay, I'm gonna go with faith, right, and just go with what I feel like this is gonna do for me.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about like this it looked right for me, and I'm just going to kind of flow off of that a little bit because what did you read in the ad that made like that helped you to feel like it was going to check off all your boxes?
See, that's the thing. It was so long ago, but I think they were just talking about what I was looking for. It was like the freedom to work anywhere I wanted. Because I even remember the picture. I can remember the picture in the ad, and it was like a young mom with her kid on her side and her husband, and they were sitting in the waters in Jamaica, and the water was flowing, right? So it's like they were vacationing, they were working from anywhere in the world, and they had the freedom and the financial freedom to do it. So I was like, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. This will help me to get from point A to point B. And then I was just like, I'm in. I just signed up right away. I didn't even speak to anybody. I didn't speak to a coach or anything. I just signed up for the membership right away. And
That's cool.
yeah, I'm a bit of a like impulsive sometimes, but I feel like I just like you only live once. That's my motto. You only live once, and I put it out there, and that's it came up in front of me. I'm like, this is a sign. And I had read The Secret before, so I was like very much into what like the universe was offering me at the time. So I took that chance, and it's been great ever since, right? The biggest risk, and it's bringing the best reward. So um,
Right.
but I hadn't had experience in it before, so that was a bit of a challenge. I haven't, I didn't own a business before. This is my very first business
Right.
that I've tried. Like,
Right. No,
like,
absolutely. Absolutely. And I just wanted to make sure it didn't cut out there because it's just the volume on here is just a little bit funny right now. So I am definitely following you. And no, I think that's awesome. And you're already kind of exploring, obviously, your own self-development, being a coach, and
yeah.
had read The Secret. And just, I think it's so cool to hear from anybody that they were just like, you know what, this feels like the right thing. And like I said before, you just jumped in and took action right away. But again, like kind of circling back a little bit to the fears that you can kind of feel coming up for you. What were some of those fears that you thought about or that came up? First thing, and then what made you take action anyway? And I know like all the stuff that is amazing that it was going to offer, but how did you navigate through that?
Well, some of my fears were is like I was saying, I've never done this before. I didn't have the authority or the background, like those kinds of fears. Speaking in
Right,
front of people, or will people listen to what I have to say? Like all those kinds of things that coaches go through, I suppose. And
right,
I just was like, to be honest, I was hard on myself in the beginning, right? Because is new, and I would try something and fail, and then just feel really bad about it. But I just kept going because I like over time, and like after I learned about the personal growth and development, and failing is a part of the process, and just to like fail forward, just to keep going. And I had a strong why. I had my daughter, right? So
right.
that's just what kept me going. I never give up. Like I'll never give up because like I can't give up on my daughter, right? So that's just what pushed me through. It still does to this day. I just keep going because of her, right? So got to have a strong why so that you keep your business going. And so I just kept that in mind. Like even though sometimes the stumbles would hurt, I would be like, okay, this is for a
Right,
reason. Like, that one hurt, but I just kept going.
right.
Just got back up, and I was like, okay, there must be a lesson or a blessing in this for me to learn, and this will help me to help others. That's kind of like how I look at it. If I haven't,
I love that.
yeah,
And I love that, that you right off the bat had a strong enough why that still obviously, sits with you every single day, which enables you to be able to show up every single day for your business,
yeah.
for yourself, and for your family. And that's so awesome. I think that what I would really love to know from you is, if you were to be talking to, somebody a little younger that's wanting to start with any new journey as an entrepreneur, whether it be this business or something different, what would one really big piece of advice be that you would give them?
Hmm. Well, to make sure you have a really strong why when you start your business, like start it with a really solid foundation. Like if you're just, to take a vacation or get a car, those are all great things, right?
Yeah, we all
But
love that.
yeah, like that'll like come and go, right? Just to pick something strong that will have you never give up on your dream, whatever that is for you, just to keep that in mind, because you are going to run into challenges and things that may trip you up and make you feel bad and make you want to quit. But if you always remember why you started and why you're doing what you're doing and who you're doing it for or what you're doing it for, and that's strong, then you'll never give up.
Ah, I love that. And it's so true. And, I think about when I started, even leaving my job, I guess now it'll be 4 years ago in October on my journey as being an entrepreneur, my why's even changed a little bit since then. And because I've obviously grown very, lots in terms of my own internal stuff and my own, subconscious and mental things that I was growing through. And I think that's okay too, like if maybe you start with one why and then it kind of morphs and gets a little almost deeper to your core. I find that a lot of people I talk to, myself included, that's been our reality too.
Yeah.
And so to me, and I just wonder if you agree, like, does it have to be this, like, do you have to 2 years later have the same why, or is that pretty regular that it might morph into something different? And, would you tell somebody that's okay?
Yeah, for sure. Because sometimes you just like the more you go along your journey, you get more clarity. Like you were
Right.
maybe you started off with something that you thought was your why, but
Mhm.
it can change because you change too, right? As you go
Yeah.
through life and your journey, like things that you learn or open your mind to, you kind of like, and you adjust, right? Because that's what you do always in your business, right? You have goals and you adjust them. So why, I mean, why couldn't it be your why? As long as it's like makes you motivated and wakes you up in the morning to keep going, and you
Right.
get more clarity on it as you go along your journey, right? So for sure, it can change. Why not? Why not? No pun intended.
No pun intended. No, thank you. And I'm just curious too, and I'm learning about you kind of as we go as well. And I'm wondering, before the business that you're currently in now and building your legacy, did you try any other online businesses before? Anything different before this, or was this your first one?
Yeah, this nothing online. I mean, I tried like Stella and Dot, like the jewelry. I tried that once, but
Sorry, it was jewelry.
yeah, it was like a jewelry kind of thing. When I was younger in my 20s, I tried that. I had like
Was it
one,
like a business, like an
yeah,
MLM type thing?
yeah. It's like yeah, it's an MLM, but it's like with jewelry pieces, like earrings
Oh, okay.
and bracelets and stuff like that. And I had like one party, and I I did really well
Oh.
the first party, and then that's it. That's all I did.
Oh, okay, okay.
But again, like
And only because I asked this because I'm really speaking to a lot of women and men that have tried a few businesses so
yeah,
far, because I had as well before this, and just the difference in your words, if you don't mind sharing, of the lower ticket items to higher ticket, and like why you find that more effective.
yeah. Well, you get. I mean, the higher ticket items, you don't have to work as hard to
Hmm.
a bigger end result. So, like as you know, right? The smaller ticket items is like you have to sell a large volume of them in order to make a large commission, whereas the high ticket
Right.
one, it's like one bang and you
Yeah.
it's one bang for your buck, and you've made a pretty decent sale or commission from just that one item. So I don't know, I just find it's like I'm trying to say it's less effort, more reward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, and the reason I ask is because I really like when I saw this business model, I was pretty blown away. And would you say that of all the ones that maybe you've looked at, and even if it's only been a couple, this one was like, won by flying colors and was the best for you and your family to get started?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like direct sales is a much better deal too. Like you don't have to, worry about your downline making sales. It's essentially up to you, right? Like you are the main player. You don't really have to have people underneath you, but like you can carry yourself forward without having to worry about your team, right? Like I just like how you can stay in your position for 20 years. Even if you leave and come back, you're in the same position. Like you just,
Yeah. Oh, I
yeah,
know.
it's pretty good. And
I found that was a really big um, selling point for me as well, because it gives you so much more, not only like, I don't want to use the word control, but like, yeah, just certainty around your business. You know, if something does happen, comes up in life, which, as we know, life sometimes throws us curveballs, you really do keep your same positioning in your business, whether, how long that takes, couple months, even sometimes a year, people have had to step away and come back. And that was very different from any of the other businesses I tried to.
Yeah.
It was always about, what people were doing underneath you and if they were fun. And so I just, every month you go back to zero, you go back to having to, find new business builders, you know what I mean? I just didn't see the commitment there with the people that would join me.
Yeah.
And I've really seen with, the team and what we're a part of now, everybody's super like hyper focused, committed, like this is what they're doing. And it feels to me more like I'm getting up and I've got like, I don't want to call it a job, but I've got it's a career, like it's my thing. It's not just a hobby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like with things like I have never tried jewelry, but with things like maybe supplement or, I think there's some oils and stuff. Like it always to me felt like a little bit of a hobby because of the lack of, I feel like, support and accountability. And I guess, that the last question I always like to ask anybody is how is the support and the accountability with this community been for you over the past few years doing this business?
Oh, it's so good. It's like you have somebody there 24/7 too, like because people are from all over the world. And so like, if half of us are sleeping, the other people on the other side of the world, you have a question, they're there for you like right away. And if they don't have the answer, then they direct you to somebody else. You just have constant support, which is awesome because you totally need that when you're starting a new business and you,
Oh
especially if
yeah.
you have no experience before. And everybody has different levels of experience. Like some people, have 5 years of sales experience, and other people have zero. But everybody can help each other. It doesn't matter what level that you're at. Everybody's always willing to jump in and support you on your lives or write on your content or ads that you're putting out, or just like even if it's just emotional support. If somebody's having a hard day, like everybody's like, it's all good, like cheer you
Right.
on track, and you're like, yeah. It's a total like
Absolutely.
family atmosphere.
I think you know what you just said it exactly how I feel and think about it, like that family feel.
Yeah.
Like if anything you need in your business or you're just having a day where you just don't feel like it, to be honest, and those
Yeah.
days are to be expected, right? There's so many people there, whether it's our Boss Babes channel or it's our group chat or whichever it is, that are lifting you up and there to just kind of honestly say a few
Be
kind
honest.
words.
Yeah.
That's what I've found. And I really appreciate all your insights and things like that, because it's so helpful for somebody that's going to come into this, just to hear what other people think and how they've experienced as well.
Yeah.
And so thank you for
Sure.
being
I
here
hope it helps.
today
For
and
sure.
for answering all my rambling and my questions and
Yeah.
being here, spending the last 45 minutes with me. And and if anybody has any questions for either Shannon or myself, you can always reach out to either one of us, and we'd be so happy to be able to help you with anything that you're going through or that you have going on in your life that you would like some answers on. So thank you, Shannon, again for being here, and have a great, great night.